Another great way to network is to volunteer. I really am a kind of a strong believer in volunteerism and being part of your community to the extent that you can. Obviously, it takes time, but it's extremely, extremely rewarding in many, many ways. I started working on boards when I was in my 20s, in my early 20s. I started with United Way, and then I was on a children's charity and became the chair. I was the chair of this organization, chair of the board, when I was about 28 or something like that. The things I learned, I think I learned more from being on that charity than I did at the time in my job, working in my job. Because you have to work with all kinds of different people who have all kinds of different ways of doing things, and it's a charity. So there's no hierarchy. There's no boss to make a decision. You are all equal. So you collectively have to make decisions. You collectively have to get the relay race off, or you have to get this done, or you have to get that done, and you have to do it in a collaborative way. Believe me, this is going to teach you a lot in terms of communication skills, in terms of patience, in terms of trying to stay open-minded, in terms of being creative. What are other solutions to solve a problem or a challenge, and using the collective input, the collective energy to come to that conclusion. So volunteering is a great way to do that, and you can do that even in a small way. There's always, there's big volunteer positions, there's small volunteer positions, so think about that. There's lots of places you can go. For example, charityvillage.ca is a great site, and it has a section where they post volunteer positions, so charities that are looking for volunteers are in there, and you can search it by city and by postal code. There's another one called Board Match through ultrabest.com or .ca, and so that's actually a board match program where boards say, I'm looking for a board member, and you can put in your information saying that you're looking for a board position. So those are both good resources if you're interested in this. And of course, there's lots and lots of stuff on the internet that might be helpful to you. So certainly on a professional basis, LinkedIn is very popular, but obviously there's Facebook and many others. Meetup is also, have people gone on this site? So Meetup has lots of groups and organizations that meet on a regular basis, and you can search that by proximity to your home or to your work. And often they have interests, so there might be one for IT professionals, there might be one for young professionals, there might be one for anything, all kinds of things, from recreationally related to professionally related. So again, these are great ways to just get out and meet people and network if you're looking to expand that.
When you were kind of going up the ranks, I have to believe that you were, really hardworking, and you worked the extra hours and things like that. Is volunteering and joining, social networks and trying to be on a board, was that something that you felt you needed to do and you set aside time to do that? Or is it something that you took the mentality, if I have time, I will do this?
No, I think the former, yes. So I wanted to do it, and I thought it would be helpful in gaining skills. That's why I did it. I did it because I thought I could meet people, and I thought I could learn something, and I did it.
So on a time management level, you said, I'm going to allocate this time.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And I told, at the time I was working in an accounting firm, and I told them, I am going to be on this charity. They meet so many times a year. I think that it'll take me an extra so many hours. I'll try to do most of it on my time, but sometimes I'll be leaving on work time. So I was really honest with my employer at the time, and they were quite supportive. I think if you're getting your work done, and it's not suffering because you're doing your other activities, but most employers value an employee who's well-rounded. All right. So networking events like this, where everyone's met maybe someone that they hadn't met before. So these are always good to go to. And there's lots, within sectors, within professions. You can really do lots of outreach, I think, in terms of attending networking events. And also, we talked about this as well, asking your contacts for people that you can speak to, especially if you know what you're looking for and you know what your objectives are. your friends, colleagues might be able to direct you to someone else. And also maintaining relationships. This can be kind of tricky, right? Especially when people have more and more people that they meet or they know, and trying to discern, I guess, who are the people that you need to try and stay in touch with, even if it's just an email once in a while, or just letting them know what you're up to. So you might have, in some ways, I'm going to put them in categories. You might have your tier 1 list, right? So these are people that you definitely want to meet in person, talk to at least once a year or a couple times a year. You want to keep in touch with them. You definitely see that there's some benefit to maintaining the relationship and that it would be beneficial to you for your career and in the future. And then you might have another group that you still want to maintain contact with them because you don't know how you might interact in the future. But again, maintaining good relationships is whatever that means to you. It might be email communication, it might be a face-to-face, it might be trying to get together socially. But there is an element of trying to manage and maintain the relationships that you do have for the future.